the Worlds Collide podcast.
We back. We here. It's the Worlds Collide podcast. Your favorite sisters podcast. Maybe.
So we have...
at the top. Hold on. At the top. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Follow us on all the channels.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, make an account if you don't have an account. Stop telling me you don't have an account.
Oh yeah, I was telling everybody to do that for Airbnb. I was like, make an account and just favorite it. It's same thing. It's an algorithm. Everything is an algorithm.
Yeah, well, you got a couple extra favorites and now your Airbnb is popping off.
Popping off, dude. If you need a place in the springtime, I'm going to tell you, best stop.
And best idea is to book it now.
Oh, it's filling up fast. It's filling up fast. In fact, we're going to have a cousins weekend
tomorrow. I'm really excited.
Are you?
Yeah, first of all, I've been trapped in my home for about a month now.
I know. It's so sweet. You're on the no car. It's for the environment. You're doing it, I think. You're a modern day Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, if Greta Thunberg was also moonlighting as trying to kill as many fruit rats as she can at the exact same time.
How's the massacre going, brother?
Brother, I am been outsmarted every turn from these fruit rats. So it turns out, for anybody who's been following my saga, I am not fighting squirrels. I'm fighting fruit rats.
It's been upgraded. Did we talk about this? You went out of town. We found Mouse is sick.
Mouse is sick happened when I was out of town because we just went ahead and spread a little bit of poison cheer in the back. And then, apparently, that doesn't do well. And I know all this because I invited a pest control man to my house who may have had a touch of the tism, but it's the exact kind you want because he knew so much about rats. And he told me to name check his company on the podcast, and I don't remember the name of the company. He was so cool. I was like blown away. So he came to the house to give us like a once over to tell us, kind of what we're up against. And the second he came, he was giving me some info. I asked him a million questions. And then the second he said how much it cost, Dad was like, okay, goodbye. He tried to shoo him out. And I was like, no. I want to know. I got to know.
What's the price point that Dad balked at?
He wanted $400 to seal the entry points.
Oh, I would have said no.
In Dad's defense, Dad did it in an hour and it cost like $30.
Great stuff.
Less than an hour and it cost $30.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I made the mistake once of inviting a contractor to my house just to also find information. And then when they told me how they were going to lift the drive, when the driveway cracks and it sinks or whatever, and they showed me a video for how they lift it. I was like, so you just inject a bunch of cans of great stuff underneath it? And the guy looked at me. He's like, no, that's not what we do. He's like, this stuff is industrial. You can't get this but I thought I was just
specialty great stuff.
Yeah. I thought I was just flexing my knowledge.
No. So that's basically what we ended up doing. And then it's $150 to lay the traps. Which to me sounds like a fair price.
Fair price.
Because not only are they laying traps in an attic, which I would argue I never needed to go in the attic. Had Dad not put all that stuff in the attic, I was never going to go in the attic.
I know.
I was going to hermetically seal it off.
Yes.
And never step foot up there the entire time. I don't own that much stuff. I don't need to be in the attic.
Yeah, and at least for 9-10 months, you can't even go in the attic.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's so hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had no intention of ever going in the attic, but then Dad hid all my Christmas things up there from me. Oh. So now I have to go in the attic. So anyway, the guy sets the traps in the attic and he sets them in like a militaristic Napoleon style all out war against the fruit rats because he sets them in a way that if the rat goes to jump out of the way of one, he'll jump into another one.
Okay.
So he
gotcha.
Yeah, he gotcha
either way. Gotcha.
So I thought that it was going to be a done deal. We were going to have some dead rats.
Yes.
Okay. And everybody kept warning me about the smell.
Yeah, it does smell. I do remember what the smell of it's a Florida gets emblazoned in your mind,
Florida stink.
The sound of the cicadas at night, also the smell of a
dead rat in
your attic.
So that's how he told me. He's like, and I go, and how will I know that your mission has been accomplished? And he said, you're going to hear a trap go off or you're going to smell it. And I was like, no.
Well, now that it's cool, you won't smell it as bad.
So I had my husband take a peek around,
take a whiff, the way your son does.
Yeah, so he had a whiff around upstairs and he didn't see anything. So so far, no dead rats.
So that's a good sign.
Yes and no. It's also possible they've found a new way to burrow out and that they're just out and about in the evening eating and then not jumping on these traps because they don't need the crunchy peanut butter because their bellies are so full from everything else they're eating out there. Yeah. We kind of the whole point is you got to starve them out and then hope that they get desperate enough to eat the peanut butter on the traps. And so here's the other thing.
Yes.
because I said, how are you catching an entire colony? Because the guy told me they litter every 12 days.
Litter every 12 days means they give birth
every 12 days to a new
That's
litter.
an insane cycle. I don't understand it. Is that one pregnancy? They have less than 2 weeks in between to fully develop these things, give birth, and then also mate again?
Disgusting. Yeah, apparently that's what this guy told me. So he said that they litter every 12 days. He goes, so if you
12
have,
days.
Yeah, so if you have them up in your attic, they're going to just like multiply like crazy. So he said that you want to try to catch either the mom or the dad in the trap, and then and you want to seal them off up there so that they can't get out, because they will start to cannibalize their children if there's no food.
Wow.
So they'll just kind of take care of themselves.
Savages.
Anyway, this is disgusting. It's been a really hard month.
There's a great inspiration for my Halloween costume.
Mouse is sick.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't want to... I don't think have we had an episode since Halloween?
Oh no, we had a great Halloween, if anybody's wondering.
We had a very sweet Halloween. Plana came dressed as Mouse is sick.
Mouse is sick, which I just hit him with the hand every time.
The sick mouse.
Sick hand.
So yeah, Mouse is sick. I went as like some kind of manic pixie fairy EDM queen. I don't know. I found a pink wig and some sparkles, and you brought me some wings.
It was good.
But yeah, we had a really good time, except for that weird. Do you remember? So we had
the lady who told you not to go trick-or-treating or something?
Yeah, there was one of my neighbors. I've never really spoken to her before. But I could see that, they came outside to pass out the candy. They wanted to see the children. Mm-hmm. So we brought our kids by, even though it was like towards the end, we were melting down, we were losing them. And so we stopped by their house and to get the candy or whatever and say hello. And the lady goes, I would never let my children eat Halloween candy.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yeah, I know. I have like a bunch of like organic stuff at home that I'm going to swap out when he goes to sleep. Like I wasn't planning on letting him eat this stuff either. And she goes, no, people do things.
Oh, she's afraid of the razor blades.
Yeah, she's afraid of the razor blades.
I never found one in my all my time. I never found a razor blade.
I just looked at her and I was like, lady, like I got enough to worry about in a day.
And when I was really young, they used to say like in the 80s and stuff that people would put like
drugs,
LSD. And I'm like, you could be so lucky that someone's going to give you LSD in your bag,
That would be really funny because like I swapped out his candy and then I had a few pieces of the candy that he did receive before I tossed it. And it would be really funny if I got dosed.
You'd be so lucky.
Happy Halloween. That would be really fun. But yeah, I just thought it was really funny because then it's just a crazy thing for a boomer to tell you as she's handing you candy. Yeah. Like, oh, I would never eat this because people do things to it.
Yeah. And what are you doing, lady?
Like, did you do something to it?
Why do you? There's been a swing with Halloweeny though. Halloween went away for a while. People stopped trick-or-treating. Then they do those trunk or treats or something. I don't know what's happening, but the kids are back, I think.
The fear, and more importantly, the weird fears that the boomers have is
also
hilarious.
No one's giving away drugs for free. What is that?
No, they cost money, dog.
Everybody makes
the economy is tough.
They've been making it seem like since I was a little kid that people are just always going to try to like
dose you
or push drugs on you or give away drugs or anything else. I'm like, it's not happening. It's just not happening.
I went trick-or-treating this year. It's not happening. It was fun. It was me, you, my husband, my 2 kids, and my mom and our mom. And
our mom. Doi Nani.
And we had a really good time. It was sweet. It was basically just like a very long walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Just took a very long time to get around the
neighborhood. Little walk.
Oh yeah, we had some wine. That helped.
It was a little buzzy, but it was good. It was good. I wish I had something to report, Ange. Honestly, my feed is currently giving me Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's out of jail for ratting,
Oh, you must be excited.
Well, I have this weird I don't want to call it a crush. It's embarrassing if out loud somebody knew that I have a crush on Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I'm gonna clip that. We're gonna clip that. Roll it back.
So are you wondering what's up with Tekashi 6ix9ine right now?
Sure, tell me.
Okay. Well, his hairline is receding and I think he's taking some flack from all the streamers about it. And so he's wearing wigs and he'd been wearing wigs, but he's grown his hair out really long, longer than yours even. His hair is really long in the back, but it's receding back pretty far. So he's currently braiding up his hair here, and then he just wears these short wigs that are still a little pulled back, that are like platinum blonde or like different colors on top.
So it looks like a mullet?
So no, so it's like very obvious that he's wearing a wig. He just ties all the other hair in the back. And when people are like, "Are you wearing a wig?" He's like, "Yeah, but my hair's underneath it." He's like, "I have really long hair. It's down my back." But this is his excuse
He doesn't
now.
have to. Yeah, so he doesn't have to disclose that there's nothing up top.
That there's nothing up top, and it's not that there's nothing. It's just receded so far. But he wears this. I find him refreshing. I think he's very honest. I think he says things that are.
Where are you catching this?
TikTok.
Tekashi 6ix9ine's personal TikTok?
I don't know that he's on there. I think it's just a fan account, but it's all.
Okay.
It could actually be me just running the account.
So you're.
But I'm catching Tekashi 6ix9ine he's on Vlad. He's doing the podcasts and he's doing he's with streamers.
Okay,
the guy
and
makes money.
What kind of truths is he dropping on stream?
Well, so he says basically the truth about that he ratted. He's not apologetic about it whatsoever. He'd do it again. Stealing beats from other people.
He'd do it again.
He'd do it again. You know, he says like beats are like hot women. You know, when you see some person that just is not capable of handling one of those, he's going to steal it.
Wow.
Because he can. And I was like, I kind of like his confidence.
That was like a thing though for a while. Remember you would like remix somebody's remix?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So that's what's going on with him. He's neither Japanese nor black.
Is he Mexican?
He's Mexican.
His name is Tekashi 6ix9ine and he says the N-word a lot.
But he's neither.
Interesting. How was his time in prison? Does he talk about it?
Yeah, I think he was in prison with Diddy.
No.
Yeah. So he talked about like talking with him a little bit about it too and what that was like. So I don't know if Tekashi 6ix9ine ever went to any of the parties. That's where I am. And Stefan Diggs might be gay.
The guy who got Cardi B pregnant?
Yes, and has twins on the way too, I think. But yes.
He might be gay?
Yeah. I don't know if they were like just you know when that video of Tupac went around and everybody's like, look at Tupac before he was, this guy is definitely.
Yeah, he was like in theater school. He was a beautiful gay boy.
The problem is I don't know what's AI, Ange. I'm getting so many videos that, did Kanye West really shake the hands of two rabbis and say, I'm sorry?
Mom sent me that.
Is that real?
I was laughing so hard. It was so good because he seemed really repentant and then he just went on a weird like kick about how people don't really understand bipolar disorder. Did you catch that?
Yeah, because he came out and said he wasn't bipolar. He came out and said he's actually ADD. Autistic.
Autistic, I thought.
Yeah.
But it was a very fun because he just was sitting really close to him holding his hands and I have no idea who that rabbi is. I don't know how he picked him.
I don't know either.
Is he like the king of the rabbis? I got no further backstory. He's an important
one. He's such a rabbi that I don't think he speaks English. So they needed an interpreter.
Yeah, Mom sent that to me and I was just giggling to myself. I was like, what has happened?
But I'm like,
follow the Kanye West saga long enough to watch him.
Is it true or did he really apologize?
It seemed like it, yeah. Why, you thought that was AI?
Yeah, I thought it was like when they showed Stefan Diggs twerking. Is that real? I don't know, Ange. I don't know.
And Stefan Diggs is what now? What's his profession?
I think he's a footballer.
Oh,
I think so.
He's not the one who said that there was a rumor saying that that Cardi B had a stinky buns, right?
Oh no, I don't know.
That was somebody else that she was with.
Yeah. Oh, for the BBL. Yeah,
BBL smell.
But I don't think that's just towards Cardi B. I think it's towards anybody with a BBL. That
well, he was specifically saying.
That's why everybody's dissolving it now.
Stinky.
Yeah, everybody showed up for Kris Jenner's 70th birthday, and all their BBLs were gone.
No more BBLs.
They're gone. Okay.
Wow.
They took them away.
Did I tell you the photos came back from the wedding that I was at? There's a photo of me and the bride, and she's holding my face, and you know, we've probably posed for a photo like that 1 trillion times, where she's holding my face while we're hugging.
Lovingly beautiful.
But in the angle that she did it, she pushed all of my neck juiciness out, and I look like a clump. I look like an alternate clump character.
You do. And here's the deal.
I do. I'm gonna post it for the pod. I'm gonna post it here.
It was wrong. It was wrong that she circulated the picture.
Yeah, she was just like, "Isn't this picture so beautiful?" And I was like, "I look like a clump." Now, just some backstory: the bride has never seen any movie ever. Okay. In fact, not only has she never seen any movie ever, she was actually part of a podcast for a while called here's a name check, Real First Time. And the idea was that her and the guy who did the podcast together, that he like loves movies. He like his language is movies. He speaks in movies. He loves movies. He just like lives and dies for them. And Emma's seen none of them.
Oh, that's so great.
So she would watch the movie for the first time, like a classic, like Jurassic Park or something, and then she would give her opinion on it. But the problem is
Sounds
like
riveting.
It's a great podcast. If anybody wants to check it out, Real First Time. I don't think they've done it in years, but it was a great podcast. Emma, of course, didn't understand my clump reference, which of course is a reference to the Nutty Professor, and then also the clumps, which was the follow-up to the Nutty Professor, because the clumps were a national sensation.
Sure, I thought they were
the national sensation. So I thought so too. But anyway, the whole point is just Eddie Murphy in various costumes and things, but so much neck gobble. Every member of the clump family is all neck gobble, and that picture of me at the wedding is a neck gobble that doesn't even. It's not even. It betrays gravity and time.
It does not. First of all, I thought it was
CGI.
AI. I thought that was Photoshop. I thought haters will say it's Photoshop.
No, it's all of my neck skin pushed to one side to make me look like an alt clump. Okay.
Oh my God.
It's a bummer.
When social media first started and people could post a bunch of pictures of you and then they would tag you and then you'd like run to see the pictures and then you'd be like, oh no, when you see like the worst
untag.
Yeah, untag.
You can't untag permanently from her wedding photos.
You can't untag it.
It's going in a special book somewhere in her house probably.
I know.
And then the even crazy, so it's hard enough to be, in my clump era, in the age of Ozempic. Okay, it's hard enough.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
And then you gotta like couple it with the fact that everywhere I go, everybody just keeps telling me, they're just gaslighting my ass.
Oh, telling you how beautiful you look.
Everybody's just telling me how beautiful I look.
You're not believing it, but it's true, Ange, is that you've never looked better in your life. This motherhood is like so suits you. You are so like, you look absolutely stunning. You like glow in this really.
It is crazy.
And at the same time, you also look like the clumps in that picture. That is also true.
It is crazy. It's funny because like we have like a cousin who recently had a baby, and then like my friend in Tennessee who recently had a baby, and like it's every time I see a picture of them or like I see them in person, I'm like, oh my gosh, you look gorgeous. I'm like, I know you don't feel it, but I know you look so gorgeous. People say it to me all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
But it turns out, after when you're newly a mom or pregnant or something like that, people will tell you.
Yeah, unless you're
really
Megan
beautiful.
Fox, and everybody's like, look at that fat ass.
Really? People were mean to her when she got pregnant?
So mean now that she had the baby.
Oh, did she thicken up?
Yeah, she looks great. She probably looks best she's ever looked in her life. But I was like, fat ass.
Yeah, that's because it's hard to be in your clump era in the age of Ozempic.
I know. Speaking of,
even the fat Kardashian's the thinnest she's ever been.
Wait, who's the fat Kardashian?
Well, it used to be Khloe.
Oh, dude, she's like crazy thin.
I know,
crazy thin. So is Jessica Simpson too. So the idea is that you get so skinny that you look sick, and then you have to kind of like pump yourself up back to life. So you got squirted up.
And then you get the squirts.
Yeah, and then I don't know why they're really focused on lips. I guess when you lose weight, you lose them in your mouth area, maybe. Mm-hmm. So everybody's doing this thing where they're like. You know when you go to the orthodontist and they put that thing in your mouth that opens up your mouth
to get a good look at the teethy,
right? But at all times, then you're going like this. That's what Jessica Simpson's mouth looks like now.
Yeah, because it's underlip that's getting.
And I say it in the sweetest way. She's my age, I want to support her in everything she does.
Sure.
But the mouth looks weird.
It's funny.
Just
I never
tell me if I do something. Do you know? You remember when I used to tease my hair underneath? I wish people would have told me that it looks ridiculous. Instead, I was just like, "This looks great," and people just let it fly.
It was an era. It was
not. It was before Snooki, but yeah,
it was an era. No, I it's funny because I feel like for a long time, probably for like the last 5 or so years, that you've been like, hey, did you notice how everybody's been putting stuff in their face? And I'm like, no, not really. And now I'm like, do you notice how everybody's really thin all of a sudden? I'm just like over here in a full panic, like, hey, did everybody just get really thin really fast, or is it just me? So I get it now. That's
what I feel about the phase too, because I'm like, you get to this age where you're just like, and there's 2 ways to go. There's not a right way to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? No. I'm not saying there's a right way to do it.
I might hit the Ozempic coming up soon here.
I know. I say it again. I would never touch my lips. But a full Kris Jenner facelift at 70, fucking give it to me, dude.
I don't know why I had my phone on for like 0.2 seconds this morning, and the first thing I was fed was Kris Jenner's 70th birthday.
Everybody went. Mark Zuckerberg went.
It was at Jeff Bezos's house.
Yeah,
what is happening?
Everybody who drinks the blood of children were there. It was a who's who.
It was a who's who. It was a who's who
of Freemasons. It was a who's.
It was a who's who of stem cells.
Of adrenochrome drinkers.
It's nuts. I was so uncomfortable that I was being served this, and it was just like a weird combination of people too. Meghan Trainor was there. I was like, what has happened?
Oh, talk about can't recognize her.
What has happened?
Yeah. I think everybody rocked with Meghan Trainor because she was a little bit.
And then she hit the Ozempic, got the squirts, and a boob job.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It must be so nice. I say this all the time about like jumping timelines, the different versions of yourself. Do you know? Because there are so many different, if you even look back at yourself, there's so many different versions of you, right?
Yeah.
There's the version that like lived here and was living this life. And now there's like mom Angie with 2 kids and whatever else. Like, do you think there's another alternate timeline version of you that like
is still just meeting up with my husband in various Airbnbs in the Southeast and just loving on each other and never had kids and just like getting, smoking weed and going to nice restaurants? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
But we hit the timeline where we're adults now. Okay? We hit the timeline where we got kids.
Yeah.
And now our weekends are about going to the park.
Yeah, or to the Byzantine church.
Chill out. You want to hear about it?
Brother.
All right, everybody. So I went to...
That's what I was thinking about the other day. I was like, man, Angie really is trying out a lot of churches. But then I realized I did this also the same thing when I was living 10 years ago.
Remember you were in a meditation cult?
I was Soko Guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I went to that one. I went to the Christian Science one. I went to a bunch of different ones, so I totally get it. I went to the Self Realization Fellowship. So I also like Goldilocks. It's curiosity.
Yeah.
It's curiosity. You want to see, how are these people connecting to the great God?
More importantly, I had never heard of this before. Byzantine Catholicism. So it's like a kind of a mix between East versus West. So like their priests can marry as the Orthodox priests can.
Okay.
But they're fully involved with the Catholic Church, which, not necessarily my favorite.
Are they buying those safe houses in Arizona where they send all the priests?
Yeah. So you hope that their priests aren't in need of that kind of
because they
can just get married.
Right. So they're not. They're not into that.
You hope so. But you can be married as a priest, but you have to be married before you become a priest. You can't be single priest out on the prowl and then pick a wife. Okay. So Byzantine Catholicism, apparently there's like 20-ish churches that are Eastern that are folded up under Catholicism. So like there's like Egyptian, like a Middle Eastern branch of it. There's like a Ukrainian branch of it. There's a Greek branch of it. But these are the Catholics in that region.
Okay.
And so they do slightly different things. But anyway, we went to the Byzantine Catholic Church yesterday. That was pretty dope.
And it was the Egyptian one?
This one is run by a Ukrainian guy.
Okay.
I was told that the sermon was the way it was because English is a second language.
Yes.
But to me, it sounded like he was trying not to say something offensive the entire time.
Oh.
Because he just kept going, some say it's best not to talk about it. And then he just like and then he like told a story but never got to the end of the story. He told the story which I was on the edge of my seat waiting to hear the end of. He was like, we went to a conference last summer for priests and they were told us that what would you do in this scenario? In theory, all of these are very small parishes. All like this is a very small denomination. Like people don't even know this exists.
Less or more than Scientology?
There's like way less. There's like one in the whole Tampa Bay area. It's really small. So he was saying that if you go, when they went to this thing, they posed a question to the priest, how would you handle this situation? The situation is this: your top performer at church, the person who gives you the most money at church, comes to you and says, my daughter's getting married. She wants to get married on the beach. Well, you can't have a Catholic wedding anywhere but a Catholic church. Them's the rules. So,
but they do say how much you got.
So the whole point of the story, the whole point of the story was like whether or not it makes sense. Like, do you say yes to the parishioner and give the daughter the wedding on the beach because you need the money, or if the person says like, we're not coming to your church anymore if you don't do this for us, you're gonna have to like fold your whole church. I was on the edge of my seat being like, and the answer is, and he just never got around to finishing it. He just kind of moved on to something else.
It's like soap operas. It's a cliffhanger.
Oh, keep me coming to next week.
Come next week.
Find out.
You'll never find out. You'll realize you'll watch for the rest of your life. You'll go, and you never actually find out
Well,
the
anyway,
answer.
so the Byzantine church is wild because, like, if you've ever been to an Orthodox mass, and I know because I've been Goldilocksing churches with my husband.
Yes.
Orthodox mass is like 2 hours long. It's so long.
Okay.
It's so long. Our guy would just sped read through all the stuff that they're supposed to do.
Okay.
It literally sounded like an auction. He was like, and
And are they up down type thing too? Sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up.
Not so much of that. It was a lot of signs of the cross. A lot of signs of the cross. They do, and they're doing them opposites, and they're doing them like every 40 seconds. It felt like.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of those. But yeah, it was nice. We'll probably go back.
Okay. Well, I mean, just to find out the cliffhanger.
I hope so. I'll keep you guys posted what the answer is. Who can say really what the answer is? But yeah, we've been checking out different churches.
That's nice.
I'm open.
No, I think it's really smart. I think when you have children, there's probably a desire to like ground them in something that feels a little more
It's very sweet.
substantial, real.
So we recently started praying every night before bed, and sometimes it acts as just like a recap with my son. And so like we'll talk about who we saw that day, and then we pray for each person we saw that day, and we like thank them for sharing their time with us.
That's
and
sweet.
It's like a very I think it's a really nice practice to just like be grateful, like zoom out.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, like I loved when somebody would pray with me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was like sometimes the only really special time I had with an adult was when somebody would be praying with me.
Yeah, even though we would just say the same Albanian prayers over and over again.
Yeah,
in
and I got to
Albanian.
stunt on them that I knew them.
Yeah.
And did I know them fully? No. I had no idea what I was saying. But
I know, but you look like when you go to Albanian church in New York and stuff, like you know what's up,
Yeah, you're not shouting your prayers, so it still looks good when I can just, when I do them nice and low. Nice and low. But yeah, I don't know what it is. There's something about priests that there's something on the inside that seems to call you to it, and not because you're an orator. Because I would love to let me hop up there. And do the homily,
showman. You
Let
want
me hop up there and
showmanship.
talk about
I know,
it.
me too. It's just how I feel in general. That when someone's got a mic in their hand, I'm like, oh, Paul's turn. Paulina's turn. On the edge of my seat.
I know. I do feel that way.
I just want command of the mic.
I know. You do. You hope you're in a place sometimes where you get to stand up and talk. When you least expect it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. If someone handed me a mic just anywhere and being like, who's, you know what I'm saying? When they're like, where's a doctor? We need a doctor.
We need somebody to get on the mic.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, totally. I'm like,
It happened to me once. I told you, right? I went to a Vietnamese wedding and it happened to me.
They put you on the mic?
Paulina, it was the best moment of my life, okay?
But I have formal training in this.
Listen.
There's very few people with formal training in this.
I'm just a big fan. So I went to
asked you?
Yeah, I went to a Vietnamese wedding. I didn't address the Vietnamese wedding on behalf of the Vietnamese family or anything like that. It was, so the way they do it is the bride and groom go table to table with the camera crew. Okay. And then some representative stands up from the table and then offers the gifts to the bride and groom. I don't know if this is an all the time thing or if it was just the one I went to.
Okay.
But I was at the table. I was at the non-Vietnamese table. It was like... I was just a real smattering of people, but it was primarily people who went to the
others.
Yeah, we were the others, but it was primarily like patrons of the nail salon that they owned, of the family's nail salon.
Great, yeah.
And then like a couple of coworkers like me and a couple of our friends from work. And when we realized what was happening, nobody gave us the rundown. We just saw it like a domino effect happening table to table, and we knew it was coming for our table eventually.
Yeah.
And my table immediately said that I had to do it.
Oh, that's so great when they nominate you as the speaker.
It is nice to be recognized in a group of strangers, to know that this person is going to stand up.
Yeah.
I was texting Lou Pearlman on the side to ask how do I say it? Thank you.
And you knew how to read it?
I asked her to spell it phonetically for me, how to say thank you in Vietnamese.
Oh, great.
I hit the crowd with a come on, and they went nuts.
Come on, did you really? That's so great.
They went nuts, dude. The crowd went wild.
That's so good.
So yeah, it was fun. You hope more instances like that show up in your life.
No, for sure. I'm trying to think if anybody's ever nominated me to Oh yeah. You remember when I was working we worked at the same place, that publicly traded company that we used to have to do corporate boats lunches? Yeah, in the boat business, we used to have to do like corporate lunches once a month or something, and they were always like team building. You were required to go to them. Do you remember this? Mm-hmm. And they were trying to do some team building exercise, which was like sit with people that you don't normally work with and then get to know each other. right? So I sat at a table and you were supposed to share the most outlandish story of something that's happened to you. And then you're going to nominate somebody to stand up and tell the story about the most outlandish thing that's happened. And then whoever is like the coolest story or whatever.
Won a prize.
Won a prize, whatever the prize was, right? So I'm sitting at a table and we're all talking about whatever, I hadn't lived a whole bunch of life at that point. I was only probably 25.
You're like, I'm not allowed back at the local roller skating rink, but I'm not going to mention it here at work.
We don't need to talk.
Who's up next?
We don't need to talk about it, okay? Who's up next? So they go around or whatever. I want to say it was like sponsored by Panera Bread, which is what corporate lunches are usually sponsored by. Always. So we're munching, chomping. All right, it's time. We've gotten to know each other. We shared the stories. Everybody gets up one at a time and shares their story. One of the guys goes, I was on the dock at work one day and someone went to go tie up a boat and I got caught up in the line. And as they pulled the line, I ended up breaking both my arms. And I was like, whoa, riveting story, right? This guy's going to get it. Somebody else told a story, was like, when I was little, my parents did business with Tony Orlando. Tony Orlando was like a singer or whatever. And I got to take a limo ride as a kid in Tony Orlando's limo just around the block. And everybody's like, okay, it's a cute story. Isn't that sweet? Very nice. And for our table, they nominated me.
Yeah, of course.
Right? They nominated me to tell the story. It wasn't even my story. Mm-hmm. So I stood up and I said, wow, I was like, Ryan, I'm sorry you broke both your arms. To the other person, I'm like, wow, Tony Orlando, impressive. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. I was like, but did you guys know that? And then I said the woman's name. Blank had sex with Leif Garrett in the 70s in a bar in Ohio. And the crowd went wild. Yeah. They loved the story. Mm-hmm. It won, and everybody was just like, it was the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's also how you sold it.
Thank you. I thought I was a good orator. It was like, right, tie everybody in. That's what you want, right? You want audience participation. Mm-hmm. You want people to feel like they're a part of your life.
Yeah, this isn't it's not an us versus them situation. We're in this together.
Right? Team building.
We're here to versus the problem.
Shipbuilding, if you will. Yeah. Yes. It was great. People roared. It was wonderful.
What could go wrong?
I got called into the principal's office immediately after. Immediately after, they called me in to the head of HR, the director of HR for the entire company, and said that what I had said in front of other workers was some sort of harassment and inappropriate.
Wow.
And I got written up on a piece of paper that they made me sign, and they put it in my permanent record.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. Dog.
I want to say he dropped dead of a heart attack later, so
he did,
I don't feel so bad. Did he?
At the job. I was there that day. Came back from lunch and there was an ambulance. Some would say there was a little bit of sexual harassment going on with that person, but here we are. Don't throw stones in glass houses.
Yeah, I got written up. I'm like, I'm the only person who gets written up at work, like as if it's like a school or something. Who gets in trouble as much as I do at work?
I got in big trouble. I think I told you I got in big trouble.
Oh,
I told somebody that their store was closing down. It was like at the peak of the financial collapse in 2008.
Yeah.
And I was like 18 or 19. And I found out that one of the stores where I was like kind of friendly with one of the girls who worked there. She was a single mom. And I was like, hey, they're going to close your store down. Like, start looking for a job now. They're going to close your store down at the end of the month. And it was like, again, like everybody was losing their jobs. There were no jobs at the time. And this was a person who was a single mom. So I thought I was giving her a heads up. She went ballistic and told everybody, and then called neighboring states to tell their locations that they might be on the chopping block.
Yeah.
And I got called into the principal's office.
You got in trouble too?
Yeah. They were threatening to fire me. They were threatening to suspend me without pay. All this stuff. And I remember just sitting in the office, just kind of absorbing it. And they were trying to find out who told me. And I wouldn't.
You wouldn't Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No, I wouldn't Tekashi 6ix9ine.
You were not a snitch.
No, dog.
You're not a snitch.
I was like, I'm in college. This is my college job. That was like somebody's career. I wasn't going to tell him the person who told me.
You didn't really care.
No. So yeah, I also got called into the principal's office. Same principal.
Permanent record?
Permanent record.
It's in your permanent record.
Yeah, at that business location. Which also shut down due to expansion on 19. But yeah, I think they're still around.
I think we're coming up on that again. People are saying the economy is
down.
Apparently the jobs report, whatever that means, all this stuff is.
Dude, you don't have to tell me it's gotten bad.
Who needs a job when you can have an AI friend? You don't need a job.
Yeah, you don't need a job. You don't need food in your mouth. You just, I don't know. Maybe we'll get infusions in the future.
Like a sugar water?
Yeah, we'll just get government sponsored infusions in the future.
Oh, what was that movie?
Idiocracy.
Yeah, where they
Just
give
watched
everybody the Pedialyte or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like Gatorade. It's supposed to be like Gatorade.
Government issued.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we'll see how this goes in terms of my clumpiness in life.
Brother, you're gonna be
But I might hit the ripcord, dude. I might go full Jenner birthday party.
You want to microdose a little?
I might go.
I don't think it's bad. I know. I'm judgment-free zone. Like I said, catch me when I'm 70 in a full facelift.
Catch this like 5 years from now, the podcast. And we're just like,
I think we were talking about this, but like, reality shows, the more you see each other on camera yourself, then you're just like, let me just
I know,
fix
that's
this.
why you want to get a camera that doesn't show you too much. You want a camera that's like pretty poor quality.
A bad internet connection.
That's ideal, okay? It's best not even to look at the podcast. Podcasts are for listening anyway. What kind of sickos are watching podcasts?
Yeah, I noticed, by the way, when people listen to me, that I take very deep breaths. Do you hear? You know it through the nose, and I feel like you can always hear me go
in and then out. It's very yoga class of you.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I just take deep breaths through the nose. It feels good to do it.
I'll do one too, and the one that's pod ready.
Okay.
It actually is really nice. You guys should try it. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.